Beautiful morning in Spring Hill. Hello to everybody on the countdown to Halloween. It has been a crazy day in the markets of silver and gold. Yesterday you saw a $75 drop in gold, about a $250 drop in silver. But you know what? I've read this buffalo before. This is my third time around. There are people out there who are talking they've never seen anything like this. I've seen it. I've seen it in 1979 into 80. I saw it in 2011. There's always volatility when silver hits 50. Part of it is speculation, and part of it is just the big boys getting in on it. Don't let it dishearten you. I still put away silver and gold. This game ain't over. This is just the beginning. That's my feelings. I read a couple of things yesterday about numbers. Numbers I don't fully believe. $30,000 for gold, $120 on silver. I concede 120 on silver before I 30,000 in gold. I think you're talking Thunderdome then. But it's speculation, it's paying down debt. But as I've said before, I think there's a reason for these ups. I think that $50, $60 for silver should be normal, considering what the world... Look, when silver hit $50 in 1980, that's equal to about $250 in today's dollars. Gold at $800 then is probably equal to $3,500 now. But you have different events going on now, and world consumption and fear is just incredible. Back then, it was just a couple of rich boys who tried to corner the silver market and screwed up and lost about $8 billion of a family fortune. When $1 billion, there were only 5 people in the world with that kind of money 45 years ago. Now there's thousands. There's a lot more money then than it is now. We're still buying. I bought a monster box yesterday, and I sold a monster box yesterday to customer. Customer was standing in the store, bought it right when the other person left. That's a little unusual, but in and out. There's fear, they're buying, they're taking cash out of the bank. I'm not telling you to do that, but there's a number of people who want to alleviate their numbers in the bank and have it in hard assets. There is an ETF that went bankrupt last week. They lost $3 million or close to it because they shorted gold. They shorted gold, and gold went up $300 within the week. They couldn't cover their spaces, wiped out. ETFs, I've never been a fan of that. Reminds me something of Bitcoin, but I'm a caveman when it comes to Bitcoin, I guess. But the ETFs, they can sell the same 1,000 lots of gold 10 times. They're not required to pay you in physical gold if you cash it in. They can just give you a check for the amount in maybe fiat currency. You got to be careful out there. Getting back to our inventory, we have plenty of silver on hand. If you need more Morgan dollars, peace dollars, these are generic ones. Call for price. Here's 90% silver. This is part of what we got. We got twice this. We have plenty of halves. I'm breaking them down into, I used to have them in these are $100 bags. Now I've dropped them down to 50 because not everybody is giving me $100. Today, in store, they're 35 times face. If you want to order some, I am shipping, but you got to pay the difference. If you take a $3,500 order, the credit card alone is $140. The shipping is probably $60 with insurance. I can't cover that. So you got to take that in consideration. You can bring me a certified check. You can mail me a certified check. And we'll talk about shipping. I don't mind the shipping, it's the insurance. Insurance is more money than the shipping. But I do have product. I still think there's plenty of time to buy.
And always call first, guys. Just don't send checks to us. Call us first.
Call first and confirm the sale at the time. And once again, I think it's horrendous when you look at the gray sheet, which the dealers use. I'm telling you, if this keeps up, my subscription is due in May. I'm just going to get a copy every 3 months. It's virtually worthless to me. I mean, it's nowhere near the numbers. And you're saying, well, the numbers are jumping quick. Yeah, but the number in there, the number that I just got, or the number we got, right now, the number's already baked into today is what, the 18th? The number is baked in already. Where is silver going to be or gold going to be 2 weeks from now? They probably took the number from the first week. I wouldn't be surprised if they took it from the first week of October. They probably got gold at 38 and silver at 40. Wow, 41. How far behind are they there? I mean, those numbers are off by 300-400 from last month. They're going to be behind another 300-400. I mean, the numbers are just not practical. I got silver proof sets. There are people out there who bought a number off of me. Those silver proof sets got about $70 worth of silver in them. Just keep that in mind. If you bought them in the past, put them away, you got something. We have a couple of hundred more. Come in, pick them up. We're shipping out a large order to a wholesaler in California who bought all of those 92 to 98 proof sets. He did well. Plus, he took all our 1980s copper nickel sets. I mean, I'll work with you. We moved them out. We moved about 225 total proof sets between the copper, nickel, and the silver. We're here. Call us. Christmas is coming. There are so many ways to look at this in how we can, how you can put stuff away for the kids, for the grandkids. Getting back to Gray Sheet. When I was Gray Sheet and that whole medium of people, when we were at Fun on the 9th of July, I gave in 3 foreign coins, 3 ancients, to be certified with NGC. People tell me NGC treats everybody the same. BS. The 9th of July. Today is the 18th of October. We've called 4 times. My 3 certified ancients have still not come back. I'll bet you Heritage doesn't wait this long, but everybody is treated the same. That goes the same as grading too. I don't believe that they treat everybody the same. There's no way that a large auction house or one of their people that spends so much money has to wait 3.5 months to get back ancients. They got to have full-time people. I just wanted to throw that out there. Don't believe all the stories you hear. I got a bridge for you. As I said, silver is king right now. Yesterday we must have did 20 transactions. We were going to film yesterday, but I was too tired, and I wanted to be chipper. Speaking of chipper, I was working in the yard this morning. It's beautiful out there. It was like 74 degrees this morning at 7:30. It's just beautiful here. We don't get much of an autumn, but we get some. Once again, we're ready to business. We're open now. It's it was about 9:30, but we're open. We get here a little earlier because of the times. I have some gold, not much. I got people who trade me gold for silver, silver for gold. I'll work with you. Any questions, Nate?
Well, you also had people selling the house you went over to that sold you Morgans and Peace and transferred into 999.
Yep. I had people who sold me a bunch of books. They were in 2x2s. They were in books. There was all kinds of mediums, and they wanted to consolidate into heavier bricks, easier to transport. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And speaking of that, here's a couple of books I got. Now, the books look brand new. They are, but the back broke. This part broke. But this is the Barber dime set. There's 40 different dimes in here. It's a good starter set. Some have, retail basic Barber dime is about Gray Sheet. Even Gray Sheet has them at $5. The numbers have jumped a lot. It's funny how they tell you silver is X amount of money, but in that book, the minimum walker is $16, which isn't off by too much. I'm selling 90% at 35 times face, which is about $2 back from what it actually melts for. These are Barber dimes. You need some, but this is a nice starter set. In store, it's $239. $239. There's 40 different pieces. is some of these multiples. Some are VGs, most are goods. Anything that was less than a good, I threw in with melt. And I also have a quarter book. This is a book you don't see often. This book has 35. It had about 45, but some were too low grade. Now, some of these are going to have a premium. I mean, you're going to pay at least, at least $10 or $11 for any Barber quarter. But this is what's this? A 94O, a 94S, 95O. I mean, it's a few dollars here and there above just melt. 96O?
No, that's on the other page.
Oh, the other page. You're right.
030.
030. Maybe that's more money. There's a couple of VGs in here. That might be close to a fine. But this is a nice set. That's a VG. This is a nice set of quarters. Nice starter set. It's all there. As I said, this set, I think I had it about, I think I have this set at $4.25. And there's 35 pieces. That's only about 12 bucks a coin. That's in store. If we got to do credit card, shipping, we can work something out. I'll work with you. Christmas is coming. A shout out to the fan of mine in Denmark who heard the story about my niece's boyfriend who found the guy lost in the woods. Thank you. He sent my niece's boyfriend money for me to buy silver for him as a reward for the good deed for the Eagle Scout. Thank you from him. We're shipping that Monday to him, and a couple of T-shirts, which I'm waiting to see if the media shows up for that. I haven't seen it. I guess he wasn't. I'll leave that alone. It's all politics and things like that, but he was a hero. That old man would have died there. He had dementia. He was stuck between trees, and he found him totally different direction from when they went searching. Good work, Brian. Good work.
Speaking of politics, what else is happening in politics on your side? We haven't talked about it in a while.
What's that?
Your brother.
Oh, yeah, I talked about it last time.
Oh, did you?
Brian, John is running for governor.
Oh, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, but there's only 2 weeks left. I don't know how well he's doing. But I know he's running. Here's a kid from the projects like me running for governor of Pennsylvania.
So, John Ventry, Pennsylvania. If you live in Pennsylvania and you want to vote for him, that's the guy we're voting for. John
Let's
Ventry.
make a landslide. I don't live in Pennsylvania. But let's see, there's something happening every day. Like I said, yesterday was crazy. Scrap gold. I think we did 8 transactions in scrap gold yesterday. I mean, people need money. Some people trade me gold for coins. I can do that. I'll work with you. And then, as you know, the big smelters, they've stopped buying sterling. I bought sterling. I'm just putting it away in ammunition boxes. I paid a price now, and I'm waiting. I read a report that they're 2 to 3 months behind in the melting of the silver. And because of that, they have to go to the banks to get the financing to put up front to buy. And then they get paid on the back end. Well, if they're so far behind, they can't get credit. That's what it comes down to. They can't get any more credit. They can get credit for scrap gold because they flash melted and it goes out fast. The silver, so much sterling has come in. I bought a beautiful set, service for 12 of sterling. I can't let the wife see that. I had somebody look at it yesterday. There's a good chance we're going to do that privately. Part of a bygone era. As I said, the generation coming up eats with their fingers. But we're still buying sterling, but at my prices at this time, because I may have to hold it till February. I don't know. But that's true when people tell you 40% silver, war nickels, all your sterling flatware, and even 90% they're not buying some of them. We're still buying 90, as you can see. I think 90 is one of the best buys out there, especially when we're selling it at a negative. And I really think that silver, once you get past this period where there's profit taking or geopolitics involved, I'm saying at least 60 by the end of this year. At least 60. Next year, 80. And I'm hearing even crazier numbers than that. But what's crazy? I mean, crazy is when I used to go to breakfast for $2.99 with free coffee. Now the same breakfast is $14 and the coffee's $4. And that's just before COVID. I mean, just the numbers have gone insane. And it's not the powers that be, it's giving away too much free money. I remember people coming in here that first year of COVID, and these guys worked in a hotel, and they were buying stuff. They got money to burn. They said because they're giving us unemployment plus $600 a week, they made 3 times as much as they used to. That's why you got a whole generation that's in their basement, and all they want to do is wait to get home to play video games from midnight till 4 in the morning. They just, the work ethic, contractors I buy from and work with, they can't get help. Nobody wants to put in a 12-hour day. 12-hour day was a good day for me. That's what I always worked. And I did plenty of 15s. And I was on my feet. And unlike others, I've stood in front of a fryer for 8 hours. Wasn't McDonald's, but it was an institution. 6 fryers for 6 and 8 hours at a time frying. The real thing, sweat. Before they had AC. That didn't come into me until 1982. Those first 10 years in those kitchens were hot. That's real work. Right now, I'm living the dream. I love what I do. Any other questions, Nate?
No, everything's covered, I think.
Everybody, well, you'll see us again. We'll probably put out another video, too. We're going to do an inventory next week. We'll do an inventory. I'm starting to gear toward Christmas. We're going to do a whatnot that first week of December, but we're going to do one on the 15th of November. And then the 6th of December will probably be our last whatnot, because we want to put out something that everybody can get their stuff before Christmas. And that's going to be a higher end, probably I'm thinking $40 minimum, 40 items, and we're going to raise the weight on what we can mail out, because I want to put bundles of stuff together. So you're getting product for stockings, whatever it may be. God bless America, greatest country in the world, and moving forward. Thank you.